If you're married to a Filipina, expect that she will be posting you in her social media because she's proud of you.
If you meet a Filipina online and you haven't met her in person, do not expect too much. Once you meet her in person, then you can decide if you two are destined to be together. Once you haven't met yet, do not ever expect that she is not talking to anyone else. As to you, if you haven't met anyone in person and you are not so sure that she is not into you completely, shop around.
I think that's standard.
Look around more, and you never know. Because once a person talk to you online only, there is no commitment there yet. So wait up until you meet each other in person, and if it doesn't work, you will not get hurt if you don't expect too much. So don't.
This is a message for whoever is designing the algorithm for dating apps. Showing me the same person like 15 times after I already said no is not going to change my mind. It has, but I don't understand why.
Get the dough. I'm gonna buy the whole tray. I'm buying the whole tray.
Buy the whole tray before you do that. You've seen, you're embarrassing him. Even if you are able to buy the whole tray, you shouldn't do that.
Get ready with me to be up tonight. Okay, full outfit. I'm gonna wear this little black purse and these little heels. May the best man win.
Nowadays, women think that like the only thing in the world that is important is to marry a rich man. Excuse me, why do you think you deserve that? Do you think you're ever gonna get a rich man? Why does a rich man want you? Do you see what I mean? You're not hot. You're not. Unless you're 10, you're not gonna marry a rich man probably, okay?
This is one of the most important things you're going to have to learn because, as a feminine woman, you should be nurturing your man, but not mummying him. I will share my rule, and that is support, but don't direct. Don't push him to do things. Do that. You haven't done that. Why did you do it this way, not the way I told you? If you have to tell him how to do simple things, I don't know what you're doing with him. If he doesn't know how to do things or if he doesn't hear. Now, you can communicate in a very soft way, and I have a lot of videos on how to communicate. But don't command. You're not a military commander. And let me give you this advice. If it only concerns him, say it doesn't concern you both, leave him make his own mistakes. He created a problem, he'll solve it.
The hardest part of being with Filipina is that you never know why we get mad so easy. Trust me, we don't know either.
Men actually get pleasure from pissing you off and annoying you, and I'm not making this up. There's a study between men and women that shows that men are reinforced by seeing an angry face on someone else. As long as that face doesn't last for too long, they perceive it as a reward and not a threat. Subconsciously, they are doing these things on purpose to get that angry face out of you. Next time he's annoying you, just smile and see what happens.
I actually think you're a psychopath or something. You're dangerous.
You marry me, and if you don't want to marry me, then
we wish you the best
and those endeavors. I don't.
So I really love men's input on this because if you watch the clip, it's basically a woman saying how she's teaching women to have higher value, to not have sex with a man just because he looks good or because he has a lot of money. Make sure that the guy is actually into you. And it seems that the males on the panel are not feeling this. Men have been telling women to choose better, and I would think this is a perfect example of women choosing better. She says how she's no longer wasting time with men who's not into her, respecting her, giving her what she knows she needs that's going to lead to a marriage. So basically, if a man is showing signs that he is not looking for a marriage, then she's not wasting her time dealing with that man. And while doing that, she's saying she don't want to be kissed, she don't want to be touched, she don't want to have sex until she finds the man that is going to be her husband. That is the next person that she wants to have sex with. So I would think that her pushing this message onto other women would be something that men desire because one, it's clearly choosing better because this is going to weed out a lot of men who's only around just for sex. This is also going to lower her body count because she's going to be having sex with a lot less men. And then she will also have, I'm assuming, less traumas because it's also less men. So men, I'd really like to know, like, with this understanding, would y'all be on her side? Do y'all agree with what she's saying? Or do you feel like the men is saying that, hey, she's just going to have a hard life and good luck with this decision as if it's not a good one to make?
I like your input on this, and what I will say is that mostly women who do that, they're trying to get rid of the stigma that comes with them sleeping with a lot of men. Women have standards for every man. So if she meets a Ray Ray, she won't have any standards. Then when she meets a normal upstanding guy who has his life all together, maybe he might be a better guy, a better man, and she will have all these standards that he has to jump certain hoops, he has to marry her before he can have sex with her.
Hey, what's wrong?
William's not texting me back. I just don't even...
Emotional damage!
Who's that guy?
Why should you have standards on him when you've not been having these standards for other guys like Ray Ray, Pookies? And why should you create standards for Terry? So it's not gonna work. The guys know that. So I like your perspective on how you looked at this, but trust me, that's not going to work for her.
Let me tell you something. If your girlfriend asks you what you would do if she was a worm, or if she was a puddle of water, or anything stupid like that, you just tell her exactly what she wants to hear, because she's never gonna be a worm. Tell her what she wants to hear. What is the point in actually bringing logic to something like that? It's just gonna hurt her feelings.
So, are you saying that logic hurts women?
One time I asked a guy that I was seeing if he would still like me if I was a puddle of water, and he said, no, what? And I got so sad. It hurts my feelings.
Wait, so he's supposed to lie?
I wanted him to say, I would put you in a mason jar and put you in my pocket and then take you everywhere and travel the world.
So, Chet, what have we learned, guys?
But women are stupid. Retweet.
I'm just so tired of dating right now. I don't have a problem having conversations with men, and I don't have a problem going on dates with men. What I have a problem with is what happens after the date. It just seems like whether or not I choose to hook up with the guy after the first date, they lose interest. If I do, I hook up with them that night, they lose interest because it was too fast. But if I don't and I make them wait, they lose interest because they're waiting. So it's like...
It has nothing to do with how fast you get to have sex in a relationship. You can hook up on the first day and fall in love and live happily ever after and have so many babies. You probably have... it's a personality thing, where maybe the guy discovers, like, this is not what I'm looking for, but guess what? She's looking good, she's hot. I'm just gonna go for it and forget about it. So it's a personality thing. You can't retain or keep any guy.
What do you want? Because either way, you're gonna lose interest. So at this point, why am I even wasting my time going on a date with you? I should just be single and celibate and mind my absolute total business. But when I do that, I tell them, you know what? I'm going to take a break from dating. It's been great. Thank you so much for your time. Yeah, wish you the best of luck. I'm going to go my separate way. You go your separate way. They start stalking you. They start watching your Instagram stories. They start following your social media. They want to know what you're up to. Why? Why do you care? And it's like, where was this interest when I was present in your life?